there's really only a few reasons why people end up feeling stuck in their life and like they just can't get out of this rut, or they can't move forward and do the things that they really want to do. They're just stuck in one spot. There are three main things that's preventing you from doing them, and I'm going to tell you what they are. Fear. And usually it's not even a fear that belongs to you, it's someone else's fear. Well meaning family members, well meaning friends. The news is really big for being fear mongers in the newspapers, and just society in general has you thinking that anything outside of the familiar or what you already know is something scary, and that people in general are something to be feared, that life is to be feared. And that's not the case. I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm pretty far from home, alone, and some of the remarks that I've gotten from family members is, you be careful out there, and in that tone. Why? Be careful of what? You've known me my whole life. I don't engage in risky activity. I don't really drink. I don't go diving with sharks. I don't go skydiving. Like, what type of dangerous activities do you think I'm going to be doing where I really need to be careful? You know, I'm smart and I have my wits about me, but it's just, I think they're not really saying for me to be careful while engaging in risky activities because they know I don't do that. I think they're fearful of people in the world, which is absurd because there are different types of people. There's bad people everywhere doing bad things. But that doesn't mean that there's going to be extra bad people outside of your immediate environment. You have to put this fear to rest and stop letting other people's fears keep you from doing what you want to do. To be honest with you, I've never met anyone, I'm sure it happens, but I've never met anyone who went out of the country and died or got super uh super sick or had really unfortunate things happening to them. Everybody I know who has things happening to them, it's happening to them right at home. They're sick, in poor health, dying due to stress, poor diet, and all the regular things. And don't get me started on the violence where we're from, where I'm from. So if you want to get rid of the fear, go outside and stop letting other people project their fears onto you, and stop being scared of what might happen. So the other thing is, you might even be fearful of being alone with yourself. And so you don't go anywhere or do anything because you're waiting for someone else to do it with you or go with you. You're waiting for someone else to be part of the plan when it's your plan, whatever you're planning to do, whether it's travel. I'm going to talk about travel a lot because that's what I do. Whether it's going to a new place or doing a new thing or starting the new business, you're so busy waiting for somebody else because you're afraid to trust your own self. You think you don't have enough time. You do have enough time. The problem is you're giving too much of your time to other people. You're committed to too many things and too many people, and you think maybe the world will fall apart if you're not around to fulfill these commitments that you've gotten yourself into. We're in our 50s now. I'm in my 50s now. It's about having less commitments and creating more richer experiences. Stop committing yourself to all these extracurricular things that have nothing to do with the life that you really want for yourself. You're doing things that have everything to do with the life that other people want. You're enriching everyone else's life by being there for them all the time and doing all the things. What are you doing with your time to enrich yourself, to build the life that you really want? When it comes to traveling and going abroad, people think that you need all of this time to plan ahead and you need weeks and months and years at a time. It doesn't have to be that way. I decided I wanted to go to Thailand and explore. 2 weeks later, I was on a plane on my way to Thailand. You think it takes months and years to plan out what you really want to do in your life when it doesn't even take all of that. Really, all you need to do is just make up your mind about what you want to do and then do it. And you start from where you are. You with what you have, with the resources that you have, and we have tons of resources at our fingertips in this day and age. It's just so easy to go on your laptop, get on the computer, do your research, which is what I did before I came here. I just spent, that break in between Christmas and New Year when everybody's kind of like doing nothing. I probably spent that entire week binge watching videos on people going abroad to Thailand, moving in Thailand, people who look like me going to being in Thailand and moving there. And I just researched different areas, the food, just all of it. And I booked the ticket. That's all I did. All it takes is a decision. And the reason you're stuck where you are, not doing what you want to do, is because you haven't made a decision. You haven't made a definitive decision. You just haven't made up your mind yet. And by the way, if you want my step by step plan of how I planned this whole trip, right now I'm on a 6 week slow trip through Southeast Asia, doing slow travel. I'm spending 3 weeks in Chiam, which is a city right beside Hua Hin and about 3 hours outside of Bangkok. And then I'm going to spend 3 weeks in Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City. If you'd like my step by step plan of how to plan something like this for yourself in little to no time, it will not take you months of planning, then let me know and I'll make a separate video or I'll email you a plan. Trust me, it's easier than you think. And lastly, and probably the biggest thing on most people's list, the thing that's keeping you stuck from doing what you want to do, is money, lack of thereof, to be specific. And to that, I say, you just have your priorities mixed up because you use your money for the things that matter to you. When I was getting my finances organized, and someone told me, all you have to do is take a look at your bank statements, your credit card statements, whatever you're spending the most money on, that's how you'll be able to tell what's most important to you. So if you take a look and you see that you're spending your money on certain things that are really not that important to you, then why are you doing it? Are you doing it for someone else? Are you doing it just for optics? I'm not talking about the essentials like food and shelter. I'm talking about the other things. Some of you are paying too many bills for too much stuff. And what you have to do is downsize so that you can get unstuck. You're essentially like handcuffed or a slave to your bills, bills that you're creating, of unnecessary bills that you really don't need. I'm kind of a minimalist. I have my own brand of minimalism, not the bare bones kind, but I subscribe strongly to the fact that less is more. Like, I minimized my stuff so that I could maximize my life. So in 2019, my husband and I sold our house, 5 bedroom house. The kid, my oldest kid, had graduated from college. My youngest son, he was done with high school. They were both working. We didn't need all the space and all of the things that came attached to the house, and we started renting. That was right before pandemic. And I didn't realize much how much freedom it would give us to get rid of that house. I'll tell you, we bought the house because we felt like, oh, this will be great. And it was good to raise our kids with, but we really didn't need a 5 bedroom house with a full basement, a living room, another sitting room, an eat-in kitchen, two decks, a dining room. Why do we need all that space? We bought the house thinking, oh, we can entertain our family. Well, most of our family lives out of state, and we thought they would be visiting more often, but they didn't. I mean, they did when they could, but the fact is, we had more than we needed. And we didn't realize that until we moved into a smaller apartment. And that's where we were during most of the pandemic years, well, most of the COVID years. And it was great. I loved that apartment. It was so cozy and it was just a great space until I figured out that apartment building living was not really for me. And then we went and rented a house. But yeah, and so then during COVID, I also sold my car. We had 4 cars, one for each person in the house. Why do we need 4 cars? And I figured out I don't need my car. Well, for one thing, we weren't working and I was falling behind on my car note. And I was like, you know what? I don't need a car. I'm, I'm going to sell it. So I sold my car, paid it off, and still had extra. And I haven't had a car since. And to be honest, I don't even want another car. Both my kids and my husband have since bought new vehicles, but I haven't. I don't even know if I'll ever get another car because for the lifestyle that I'm living, I don't need a car. Simple as that. And with no car comes less bills because now I don't need car insurance. I don't have to pay a car note. I don't have to buy gas. The things I don't have to get a car wash or get it detailed. The things that go along with owning a car or owning stuff comes with these extra phantom bills. like owning a house and owning a car, there are other bills that go with it that you just don't realize until you have those things for the upkeep of it. So if you want to maximize your life and get unstuck, then you're going to have to minimize your bills. That means less stuff. You'll be surprised at how much less you actually need in order to be happy. I'm Toy, the mature minimalist, and I minimize all my stuff so that I can maximize my life. Subscribe and follow so we can be friends. Okay, bye.